Okay, now that we've established what those 4 questions are, let's deal with question number 1. Where is my data? It sounds like a very simple question. We're talking about a few words. But take a look at even medium-sized organizations right now. You could have data on endpoints. You could have data inside databases. You could have data on servers. You could have data in the cloud. This is very common. So just simply asking the question, where is my data? Very simple question to ask, somewhat of a difficult question to wrap your arms around. So even though each of these questions will spawn sub-questions, we need to deal with the main questions. So for example, where is my data? There really are 2 types of data that we're concerned about: structured data and unstructured data. Those are really the 2. So when we're asking where our data is, the first question, the easiest question to answer, is structured data. These are things like databases. Do we have a Microsoft SQL database? Do we have a core banking system database? Do we have a patient health record information database? Do we have some sort of central location or multiple central locations with giant volumes of data? Because between the 2 concerns of structured data and unstructured data, if you look at what a hacker's attempting to get to, they're going to go for where the biggest return on their investment is. Most hackers don't care about your credit card information. They want everybody's credit card information. So the idea that you could have some unstructured data out there with PHI or PII or any kind of financial information, that's a real concern. But when we're talking about where's my data, our first questions ought to be, where is our structured data? Do we know exactly where the big repositories of sensitive information are? And now, a lot of organizations will say, of course we do. We have a central core banking system and that's where they all are, and that's great. But you'll tend to find that if you spend just a few minutes looking, you're going to find that the answer to that question is a little bit more complex than you think. You're going to find that you do have smaller databases, or maybe the loan officers have created a separate database for handling loans, or maybe a financial arm of a healthcare organization has extracted patient health information to do financial analysis. So you end up getting leakage outside of your core structured data into other structured data areas, but it may not be in the one that you're thinking. So question number 1 is, where is your structured data? Let's go find that. So there are all kinds of tools that you can use to find your structured data. You can have meetings to discuss where they are with your different organization heads, with HR, with finance, with all of the other organizations to determine if there's structured data outside the core areas of where you would anticipate that data to be. Second of all, you need to know where your unstructured data is. Are people extracting out of those databases to create Excel spreadsheets? Are they extracting them out to create mail campaigns, this sort of information to pull out? So finding your structured and your unstructured data is extremely important. And inside that, when you're doing it, you'll spawn the question, well, I found this structured data. How do I classify that? Because not all structured data is sensitive data, but a lot of it is. So can we classify that data in finding out where our data is? So instead of going back and having 2 or 3 separate passes through it, when you're finding the data, once you've located it, determine whether it's supposed to be sensitive information or whether it's not necessarily sensitive information, and that will help us protect it in the future, because we don't need to treat all data with the exact same level of care as we do with sensitive data, which we have a fiduciary and even say moral obligation to be able to protect for our clients.